tokens. He's got all the intel. Web freezers and trees show you where to excel. He's got the insights like a digital magician, unveiling secrets of the blockchain with precision. Wild stories from the web, he's always in the know. Crypto community, vibing where the treasures flow. Web3 wonders, chain reactors on the scene. NFT insights and crypto dreams, diving into unicorns. He's got the key.
Mega GMs, guys. Welcome to Slam Nation. Hey, we're back. We didn't really go anywhere, I guess, to be fair, but
we're back still.
We're back. Let's still say it. It's good clickbaity kind of thing, but we are back with the Friday show, the community show. This is your guys' show too. Friday show starts an hour early, and we go a lot longer and a lot deeper, and we get into some other topics that maybe don't get enough like love and attention they deserve during the weekdays. Today they do. God damn it. We're streaming live right now over on Abstract and on Slam Nation X, also on YouTube. Let me throw it up on the screen here. But again, because it's the Friday show, and because it's your show, you guys are part of the conversation. Come join us over on X as well. Join the spaces. It's being hosted over there over on my account. Let me put that on the screen. But hit the like wherever you're watching, by the way. Subscribe to CryptoSlam on YouTube. Follow us at CryptoSlam.io on X. And, of course, follow Slam Nation X over on X too. But if you want to jump in on the spaces here, here's where you do it. Hudah_idiot. Quick heads up. Mufasa, good morning, by the way. Good to see you, man. Okay, space is looking really funny for me already. Like, I don't see Cats up there, and I know he is. And I see somebody else's name that's, like, flashing. So I know somebody else is here. I don't see anybody. So, Cats, you may have to, like, cover bringing people up and stuff. I don't know if you keep your phone by you during the stream, but...
No, I actually, I've found how to do it on my secondary screen. So,
okay.
Yeah, I can, I'll watch. There's Sedano in here. So, yeah,
okay,
if anybody comes up and wants to chat, hit us up.
There you go. And it's open, guys. Even if we got so much to talk about today. Even so, when you guys come up and have something, jump in. Like, requests come up, throw elbows. Like, you don't have to do hand raising unless things get crazy. But this is for all of us here to vibe. Last point here, just locally too, guys. Teams that are building out there, and there's so many great ones. In fact, we'll get to some of these awesome virtuals launches this week and over the past couple. But you're building in the space, dashboards, agents, just products here that are diving into crypto and or AI. Tap into the data that we've got built here at SlamAI. This is a CryptoSlam product. It's all of the on-chain data, especially though on Ethereum and on Base. Look, we ingest it, we categorize it, we sort it, we build these proprietary algorithms and tools so you guys can use that to power your dashboards. Things like trader reputation, trader IQ. There's so many interesting, honestly, incredible signals you can use here to power your applications. Get plugged in. We'll give you free access to the APIs. We'll give you some credits. So come join us here in Slam Nation. Send me a DM. I'll get you plugged in. And get you on the show too, because we want to show off what you're doing. So reach out. We'll get you plugged into Slam Nation. Man, let's get onto the market. And we'll do this kind of briefly and circle back later in the show and start talking some big headlines out there. But where we're at now in the market, interesting spot after the past couple of weeks, living in the 80K range. We've been as low as, I think, 81. I don't know if we ever touched 80, but as low as 81. And then bounce back as high as 93K just in the past 48-ish hours this week, which is nice to see. And I know we're hoping we're back. And you people, anybody who watches this show, daily, you know where I'm at with this. I'm bullish. I'm really optimistic about even still December. I'm very optimistic about next year, that I don't trust the bounce. I'm not here yet. I'm not back to playing this market at all. I'm not buying anything other than, look, if I buy something purely for fun, I will buy something for fun right now, but I'm not betting on tokens quite yet because I just don't trust it yet. But there you see Bitcoin just over 91K, ETH 3,100, Ripple 207, BNB is 893, and Solana 136. Cats, I guess sentiment-wise, vibe-wise, where are you at now? We're usually in a similar place. Kind of curious if you think we've maybe rounded that corner, if you're maybe waiting to.
I mean, define waiting.
Well,
I'm
Well-
always playing something.
Well, there we go. Okay, no, that's fair. What I'm not sure is if, some people are really sitting back and like they're going to play hard, right? That's more on the trader investor side. And some people are like, I'm waiting for that signal to know it's time to go and deploy. As opposed to, like you said, you're always using platforms and tools, and
Yeah.
you're always doing stuff. But is there like another part of your game that you are waiting for more in this market?
Man, I have no game left. So no, like honestly, because again, I mean, I've cashed out, I've taken stuff out, I've put some in savings. I mean, I've got stuff in a little bit of everywhere, but I'm an enjoyer. I've come to terms with the fact that I'm never gonna be a crypto millionaire, and I'm fine with that because this is my fun hobby that I just love. So whether the market's up, down, sideways, I'm gonna be finding something to play with and dig into and have fun with. So, but that being said, I still think we go much higher.
How much higher?
I don't know. I mean, Tom Lee said some ridiculous figure for ETH the other day, and I just giggled. So
I think I love it, by the way. But Tom Lee's out here saying ETH is 60K and stuff like that.
yeah,
I love it. I love it. ETF volume yesterday, total volume, not sure, but inflows, outflows, not our best day. Bitcoin ETFs, 194.6 million outflows. Ethereum 41.6 million outflows, and then Solana was actually positive, but just 4.2 million inflows. So we'll still take it, but hoping to see a lot more action than that. On the NFT side, NFT sales, cross-chain sales, by the way, down yesterday, 10.9 mil. Sellers were down, buyers were down, transactions actually up. But it's the average sale price that fell yesterday too, so that makes up that difference there. And then trade profits actually up yesterday, but don't get your hopes up when I say that. Trade profits up, but still in the negative. We're about 832,000 in the negative yesterday. Now here's something exciting. AI total market cap, the AI cryptos that we all love. Look at this, my boy. We are at what is this? $355,766 trillion market cap. How about that? How about that, cats? I think we're back. No, I don't know what's up.
Make it make sense.
You know me, dude. I'm like really, I'm very like forgiving to platforms, right? And I'm like everybody. I want to see them win, and I root for everybody, and I will platform anybody. I just have not had a great time on the cookie platform. I've just got to say, it's for me when I'm using it almost all the time. I see issues, and it's stuff like this, and sometimes it's, it can be funny tokenomics. It can be, there's so many reasons things can be incorrect on a site, but I have this problem all the time on cookie. Even when USDT was counted in part of the market cap here, and we're talking, it was like $7-8 billion added on every day. And it was there for months. Little fluky thing here. It doesn't, it's a nothing burger, but
I can tell you by looking at my bags that it is not the case that we are that high.
It ain't that. It's one token called Karma that's really blowing the whole thing up. Again, it's got Karma at I don't even know what that number is. 350,000 trillion. It's a big number. But anyway, so can't really go by this today. I will say Fartcoin. That's my leading indicator for memes, 354 mil. I dig it. I'm going to kill the page, though, because it's killing my browser. Hang on, Mufasa. Big exploit for NFTs. Latest project victim are no punks. Unlimited mint function. Bits, according to Grok, is vulnerable. Yikes, dude. Mufasa, would you send me a link to whatever you have talking about Bits? I'm curious in that. And, timing that's kind of interesting, too. We had a story this week that Anthropic is using their powers, whatever, to like look at smart contracts and find vulnerabilities in smart contracts, and it has found some. It's found almost $5 million worth of vulnerabilities just in this short time frame. I'm a little worried about NFTs for that reason, right? A lot of these are like old contracts that I have a feeling are not, up to par. Maybe we see these some assets reminted on new contracts. I don't really know, but good shout. Okay, when we get to NFTs, let me favorite your comment here. Yeah, we'll go to Grok and check that out here. Okay.
I got to say, GM, real quick, that my buddy X Factor hopped in. I was going to ask Sedano to come up on stage because I looked at his profile, and apparently he's from Daredevil, and Daredevil's going to be having a TED Talk.
Really, dude? Yeah.
So I was like, oh man, let's get him up here and see what's going on with Daredevil. I haven't checked in with him for a while, but he just dropped off. Maybe
Hang
he'll
on.
come back.
Remind me of Daredevil. Is that the
That's your Jaron Dillinger.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Real cool. All right, well, we'll get him back another time for sure. But interesting market right now. Look, rate cuts. This is a next week thing, by the way. And I know my browser's kind of ass right now. I don't know what's going on, but whatever. Rate cuts next week. My barometer for that now is always prediction markets. It's it. Prediction markets are your fast track to truth. Poly market now has a 25 basis point cut, up to 93%. 93%. There's essentially no chance of a 50 basis point cut. We've got about an 8% chance of no change. It's coming. 25 basis point cut. I am very sure it's priced in for the most part.
I was gonna say, you said yesterday it's priced in. That just kind of proves it to me.
Yeah. But dude, it's been a really awesome week for prediction markets. It really has. And it's stories on both sides, by the way. We've got like some super fuddy stuff, and we've got some big, like, I would say market moving stuff, but what market? I don't know yet till these platforms have tokens, but big news this week from Kalshi. Kalshi's doing some big stuff, and actually the fuddy stuff's there too. A lot of lawsuits out there. We'll get into that too. But Kalshi now announcing two big partnerships, and really, to me, these are a very big deal. Announcing a partnership with CNN, which huge, but also announcing just same day later a partnership with CNBC, which is incredible because again, your direct, I don't know, your shortcut to truth, your you maybe trusting that truth that somebody's sharing with you is actually true. It's actually real. It's been a problem of the past many years here that these networks that used to be, so reputable that you could trust, we lost that a long time ago. I would assume across the board we lost it. When I would have a friend come and tell me, "Hey, did you hear this story?" Yeah, I was watching CNN. Instantly, I'm like, okay, it doesn't mean anything to me now. It's CNN. Yeah, like I trust nothing on it. That changes if it's partnering with a prediction market in whatever form that looks like, right? But I do think prediction markets are that shortcut to truth. And I'm going to trust news that's presented with prediction market data. I'm going to trust it almost instantly too, Cats. What do you know about the partnerships and like what it'll look like and I guess how ingrained prediction markets will get on these kind of sites?
I have no idea. And I don't know if it's just going to be that they're referencing the market. And I'm sure like Kalshi's going to be putting more specific markets based on current events. Even I would imagine. I don't know. But I don't know what that really means. And also, I mean, Kalshi just had the Solana integration, like where, I don't know what it all really means, but it's bullish regardless. And I love seeing all this bullish news come out after all I mean, honestly, I feel like it was a coordinated attack on Kalshi. As amazingly as, Polymarket US pushed out their app, there's all this coordinated FUD towards Kalshi.
Funny timing, dude. Funny timing. And we saw it before. We saw this many months ago. Maybe it was last year, but we saw that there were like influencers that were paid by maybe like allegedly Polymarket to FUD Kalshi, or was it the other way around? It was Kalshi paying, just to say that is a game. That's a legitimate game here in the space. And I learned this is, not just prediction markets, it's everything, right? I know a guy who works in the entertainment industry, and he tells me that like that happens with like mega pop stars like Taylor Swift and whoever hers competition. Influencers are paid to FUD the other thing, and if there's like a fuck up on stage, they make sure to make content around that, and it's very coordinated. Same thing here and in marketing. It's a new age. It's a new time. I'm too old to get that, or to I was slower to realizing that's how it works, but I get it now. It's the game.
Here's my thing with it though, that I don't, and again, this is just a cat's take that is not reality, but why would you do that when you're getting plenty of volume, all this stuff? Because here's the thing, if Kalshi loses that lawsuit, it's going to affect Polymarket. Because as much as they say they want to try to claim Kalshi's the house and stuff, they're not. They have market makers. Guess what? Polymarket does the same stuff. Like, they're going to be market makers. You need liquidity. You need another side for people to take those bets. or predictions. Sorry, there's been a big CT's been full of like, oh, it's not gambling. Oh, it's gambling. And I've seen a lot of stuff going back and forth about that too. And it gets into legal stuff as far as state gaming rules and all this stuff. And we knew all this was going to come. But my point is, if Kalshi gets shut down, Polymarket ain't gonna be far behind it. Like, so you're actually, I just feel like you're hurting yourself. Like, why go after legalities when you are on the same side of the law as Kalshi? Does that make sense?
Yeah, you would think they'd want to work together, kind of like I thought NFT projects would when they were under attack by the SEC, right? Like,
I don't even necessarily know about working together because they are competitors. Just don't attack, don't throw stones in a glass house, right? Like that's.
But look at Coinbase. When the industry was under attack, Coinbase kind of led the charge in trying to protect, the broader space here. And they have competitors out there, and Coinbase would stick up for them, right? This is something I think the prediction market industry should. This is a together thing, almost like, okay, the CEO of NVIDIA was on Joe Rogan this week, and Joe was talking about competition between the AI companies, right? And a race to crack AGI or whatever. First, he's saying, and this is the CEO of NVIDIA again, he's saying, you people don't realize this. We actually work very much together. This is a very collaborative thing. And back to this point, you win together, right? Y'all carve out your own lanes separately, but when it comes to the very important stuff, you do it together. Otherwise, you die together. And I'd rather see these two kind of hold hands.
And I'm fine with them competing. Like, oh, we had this many billions raised for valuation. Oh, he outdid them. And I'm fine with that. Competition's great. I just don't think we need to throw slander and all that stuff, especially when it comes to a court, because you might just take down the whole thing.
Facts, dude. Facts. Okay, so then question for you and for chat as well. Good morning, Shoena, and good morning, Zober. Okay. With this partnership here, and of course we got to figure out what exactly it means, what it looks like. But now if you hear the name CNN, do you have a different level of trust for it? Again, depending on what it looks like, do you all of a sudden pay attention to CNN more than you would have with no Kalshi partnership?
I don't know. I mean, I don't watch any news.
Okay.
I don't know if it moves the needle for any. This is weird. Maybe this is a weird take. Do any young people care? I just don't see any young people watching CNN. But they will end up caring about Kalshi and prediction markets. And then any old people, I don't know if they care because they don't care about prediction markets yet. Like, I don't know. I just don't know how much it really moves the needle. And like I said, I mean, like you were saying, it'll depend on what it actually entails and what it looks like. And maybe if like every day, but here's the thing, I'll be more interested in seeing clips on social media of that, that news take with the Kalshi data than I will be tuning into the news itself.
Well, then here's the question. We'll keep it even more surface level. So maybe you're not like me, maybe you are, but where again, I would hear CNN reported and instantly I'm like, I don't care. It doesn't, like, I don't believe it. I'll look for another source report. If the story was interesting, I look for another source. But again, if now Kalshi is going based on Kalshi data, let's assume that's what it is. Do you start trusting the name CNN more because of it?
No. I mean, just me personally, because everywhere is trust but verify now. I mean, even the whole Google fiasco this week. Are you going to talk about that?
Oh yeah, we'll get to that too. Yeah,
but like, and we are, again, like, this is all stuff we knew was coming. We know insider information is gonna be profited on by prediction markets. Like, we know this is gonna happen, but at the same time, now it's almost more provable because of prediction markets. And so I guess it does make reality, it makes the news more trustworthy because now we can see it all happen. But as far as a specific network, I mean, I just think, people have been showing Polymarket, election results last year. Like, does that make them more trustworthy? I mean, it should. I just think, to me, though, it's going to end up being every network. Like, so then if every network's doing the same thing, how do any one network become any more trustworthy?
Good point. Yeah, really good point. It just as a whole, it's a big buff. It's a big win for just news in general. It is.
Yeah, absolutely. I do agree with that. I just don't know if I care the specific networks.
Yeah. Well, okay. How about this then? Last point. If you see a report and it's like powered by Kalshi or data sourced by Kalshi or Polymarket, right? That's maybe the layer of trust. That's the thing that gives you, it's not the CNN name, it's the Kalshi name.
I do like that more. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. X Factor, finally I see a name here. It might be the only one here, but X Factor, good to see you, dude. Over on the Spaces side. Reminder, if you're watching video, we are on Spaces too. You can come join. Chime in whenever, man. You know how this goes. And we'll keep moving. By the way, Kalshi, another partnership this week. I love this, by the way. Partnering with Solana. What does that mean? And we'll still see exactly what that means, but it means markets coming on chain. I don't know if it's the market contracts, right? You buy a position, that position is now on chain. Does that make it tradable? These are the things I don't know yet, but this is opening these markets up to blockchain infrastructure, which I gotta believe is a win. Even if I don't see the win quite yet, I think there's wins that come from these markets being on chain.
Can I just add something? So now I've seen some, and again, nothing about this is coming from Kalshi, but now people are like, oh, maybe there'd be a token. I still don't understand why Polymarket is going to launch a token other than just a cash grab. What are you going to do with a Polymarket token? They're not going to require it to bet. They're not going to token gate Polymarket. That would be stupid for them to do. It'll, be cost prohibitive for people.
No, it's a good point. And I saw people's takes that are like, do you really think their investors are going to let them give away, so much money to platform users? Like, do you really think so? Yeah, I kind of struggle with it. I also I go in my like fantasy mode where I'm like, well, this is the new way to do things and it's rewarding your platform users. But to your point, what the fuck are you doing with a token? Like,
okay, so even if they go the Caesar route and that's how they end up doing some equity, now aren't they? I mean, they had the whole New York Stock Exchange thing. Are they going to be a publicly traded company? Then they have stocks. Like, that gets messy. So I don't know. I just don't. Man, I hate to like FUD crypto tokens in general, but like they just don't make sense in this case. I don't know why you need a token.
Does it make sense if this is going to sound real stupid maybe, but if it's a stable coin and it is a little bit of a stimmy to your platform users, and now this is the betting token on the platform, but the bets are made in what, Poly?
I mean, okay, I guess, but you still, I guess it works out okay if you do that, because you still have a fiat onboarding ramp like you have to for normal users. And now and like PredictBase just did the same thing where essentially you can just like put money on the platform, like you just deposit. That's how Kalshi is too. Like you just deposit money and then you kind of free play whatever. So even if a normie deposits $100 on the platform with a credit card, maybe that is a Poly token buy and you're actually trading in that on the back end when really the front end's just showing shares or dollar value. I don't know, maybe, I guess, but it doesn't seem necessary to me.
Yep. Man, it's like so much crypto. It is funny, like, why?
Yeah.
We ask it all the time, why? But as far as even just using the platforms for obvious reasons, it's cool. Opportunities everywhere, all day long. It's a 24/7. If you know things, if you are an expert in a certain field, or if you're just a degen, bet on everything. I love seeing it being talked about in mainstream media. I love that, you know what it is? I get to tell some normie friends. We had family in town for the holidays and got to share the idea of a prediction markets. And when I tell people who didn't know they exist, they're like, whoa. They're like, to them, that's like a wild concept that you can make a market to bet on everything, which is great. So yes, make money on your expertise. We saw some pretty interesting examples of that this week. One of those is the Google example. But here's somebody who has a great record for betting on, what is this, Bitcoin price. So guys turn $12. I'm assuming this is real, but $12 into 12,000. And maybe at some point now he's grown his bags to 30,000 just from being smart. This guy supposedly gets the market, right? Where it gets extra interesting. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, before we move on to that, I found like a really simple cheat code that I played with this past week. Whenever there was a huge dump, and whenever Bitcoin went down, to near 80, whatever, anytime there's a huge dump, go find a long-term market, right? So like on Kalshi, I did the, will Bitcoin go back over 100,000 by the end of the year? And I think I said this as I was doing it, but like it was just plummeting, because it was like 40 cents and was just plummeting. So I put in orders at 20 25 cents, and then I put it in at 22 cents, and even my 22-cent ones got filled. I think my average buy ended up being 23 cents. I'm like, this is fantastic. And so then I literally just turned around. I put a sell order on all of it at 38 cents. And within 6 hours, I was already back out because then it rebounded. And then everybody's like, oh, it's going to go back up. And I mean, at 38%, that's not high, but I mean, that's an instant 50% profit just like by putting in limit orders that hit, because people just react to these markets so quickly. It's just those longer term markets. And it's what we talked about long ago with Predict Base. What you wanted to do is like get the fees and all that. Like these markets will stay open forever, generate tons of volume, and there's just opportunities there to play with. Also,
So-
X Factor joined whenever we got a sec.
Yeah, dude.
What's up, guys? Can you hear me?
We got you, dude.
Yeah, morning.
I absolutely hate spaces, man. For the past 2 or 3 days, it's been like the most unstable piece
Dude,
of
it's-
software ever. Holy crap, dude!
Yeah.
I jumped in earlier and it said I was speaking, but I couldn't, and then the X app froze, and then 2 or 3 minutes later it kicked me off the space. I was like, yes, this is good. This is good. Hey, man, but really interesting topics you guys are discussing, and it's great to see prediction markets just accelerating and like trying to blaze a new path, or I guess something different, something new. I think it's very cool. As a young person, by the way, Kat, you said of young people. As a young person that I am fully supportive of this. So very very happy that that's happening. You got to remember too, guys. Like there's a lot of this stuff that these guys are doing just to capture market share as quickly as possible, right? Because they have to justify these big valuations. Is something that I've been commenting on Spaces. So they're just like doing stuff that the other guy is not specifically doing, just to try to continue capturing market share and continue pushing these big valuations. So there is something to be taken with a grain of salt, I would say, right? Like we'll see how the implementation rolls out and what they actually do with this, but it is pretty interesting.
Yep, dude. Really, really good point. Yeah, I mean, it shows their investors that they're moving, that they're wheeling and dealing too. It does. So, man, we'll see how it plays out. But actually, we'll get to some of the wins on the prediction market side too for the teams here shortly as well. They're all over the place, right? It's the traders, yes. But and speaking of those traders and how they're playing, and this also ties into the news, kind of tying it back to CNN, CNBC, like how it gets you closer to truth and how it gets you there quicker. Man, you better believe, we all know this already, but insiders are playing these markets. People who are as close to the truth as you could possibly get, people who are part of like creating that truth. We had news this week, and this is like, maybe it's an assumption, but we've got somebody who has made $1 million in a single day betting on a Google search market, right? End of the year here, we have all these markets coming up of like top search result for the year, to person of the year, right? We have all these end of year things. This is somebody who appears to be a Google insider here. And what is this one specifically? Is this like the top search of the year? I think that's what it is. Let me check. Yeah. Who will be the number one person searched on Google this year is one of the markets. Will Pope Leo be the number one search person? These are all, I think, all separate markets. I think some of them are separate. Will Donald Trump rank in Google's top 5 most searched people of the year? This person has gone and made bets on all these markets that you would assume, because this info wasn't released yet, you got to assume this is somebody inside Google who's making these trades. And again, this person's made 7 figures here in a single day betting these markets. Good and bad. Good if you just care about, again, getting truth. And if you like just watching the degeneracy live, good, fun. Insider trading ain't great still, I don't think, right? Have we changed our tune on insider trading? Is it all fair game now because everything's so different and in a way you can't stop it? I don't know. Cass, what do you think here, man?
I mean, it's never good. The difference now is that it can be sniffed out. And there's all these things being built to find these people. And it's not for any, good intention. It's to find them, to trail them, and just to copy trade them. But that leads to, okay, all the insider trading can be sniffed out and called out. And here's the thing, this is not going to happen as often on Kalshi because of the KYC. Now, it's not going to happen on the US side of Poly Market because I guarantee they do the same thing because it's going to be a CFTC requirement. But on Polymarket worldwide, and you can just be an anon crypto person, you know, or just throw on your VPN, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's insider trading sucks. But at least in this realm, people can find you. And so it's different. Whereas like we couldn't do that with stocks or anything. Like you can't, you know, you don't have access to any of that. So I also I put there was a request for 1618 to come up, and I let them up, but it still says listener. So I don't know. Spaces is awesome.
It's wicked broken right now. It is. So
I
keep
think I'm a
requesting.
speaker.
Oh, there you go. So it still shows you as listener. Yeah. Go ahead, bud. What's up?
Dude, this whole I don't know, like Zach, it's like to kill fake news. I don't know. I saw your space Hudah and I came in right and I saw like the title. Dude, this is just my conspiracy mind, somewhat thinking out loud, I guess. What if they're just using it to create the narratives that they play on the news? Do you know what I mean? Like, what does the populace think is going to happen? And then either go against that just because the populace thinks that, or go with it just to play the narrative.
So it's news using it just for storylines. They're kind of using it for content.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I like it. That makes a ton of sense.
So this is like Hudah's wheelhouse.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
get some conspiracy theories going.
I mean, I barely think that's a conspiracy theory. Like we say all the time too, when I'm looking for breaking news, like cutting edge fucking like I used to go to 4chan. I don't do it anymore because you don't get that early info there. You used to like years ago, right? Now you get it on X, and now you get it even more on prediction markets. You do. So like if I'm looking for breaking news, anything that's, you know, starting to trend, or even like really spicy stuff that's a little under the radar but's got some hype in certain corners of the internet, I go to prediction markets now. So yeah, I think this is like these news agencies, I think it's their fast track to getting quick info, get on those like hot stories before they really blow up. So totally, dude, I think this for them is like they just can mine us now. They're going to mine attention by covering these markets here. It's kind of brilliant too. So it's like two birds, one stone. They get better, I think, data, but they get the topics like instantly too. So I think I'm with you, man. I wouldn't even say conspiracy. I think that makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, because and like you said, there's plenty of insider trading still happening, right? Like we're not going to be able to stop that, especially on the blockchain now. But at least you can find the wallets. Sure, we don't necessarily know that it's to fucking Trump Jr., but like we can have a good idea that it is. You know, things like that. We can find Martha Stewart's wallet on the chain, right? And just follow it. Just like you said, this one person who's suspected of being a Google insider has put trades on all these trades. In my mind, I don't see you're better off like following that wallet, you know, just like wallet tracking normally, but just keep an eye on it. And if you think it is insider, then you follow suit type of thing.
Just more opportunities to win. Yeah. Yeah. And man, a lot more examples of this past week too. And it's because there's some great markets this week. There just are. Again, the end of the year stuff has brought some like just fun things that have like definitive answers, right? There's nothing subjective about it. And it's all about who figures it out first. So the Google search stuff, yes, makes sense. There's also like Spotify, I think most streamed artists, right? Artist of the year kind of stuff. And same thing, there's a market on that. And this, I don't think had anything to do with an insider. Instead, you've got people then incentivized to go find it early, even if that means, and I'm not saying that's what happened here, but compromising a website, you know, just poking around on websites. Often they have this stuff online, but it's like kind of hidden. You can play around with URLs and you can probably inspect pages and find some links, but I think that's what happened here. I'm trying to read real quick, but with the Spotify thing specifically, it did leak early. Somebody, I think, found it early. It's not that Spotify put it out. Somebody went and found it. So yeah, we also had people winning in that market too by finding the top artists. They found the graphic. GG's, they won. Now that I like if somebody's got the edge because they're working hard to get that info. That I think is fucking great. No unfair advantage there other than hard work, you know?
Yeah, I love that too, but also people are building so many great tools for this, and you can do that because of the blockchain. Like there's, you know, right now, and we've been saying this for months, like right now is the time to find an edge and make money in all this, because it's not always going to be there. There's going to be so many tools that are going to do all this that, you know, you're not going to have an edge. But if you can find a niche thing that you're good at, man, it's an opportunity right now.
The next biggest one, yeah, dude, absolutely. Here's somebody with an edge or maybe some insider knowledge. I'm not sure, but there's a market here for Time 2025 Person of the Year. This is a great trader, whoever this guy is. Maybe they drop his name. Oh, Dahmer. This dude's up almost 2.5 mil. Do they say on Poly Market? And again, he's making his bets for Time Person of the Year. So he's betting no on Pope Leo. He's betting yes on AI. He's betting yes on Sam Altman. I guess because he's betting yes on a few, I'm thinking he doesn't have insider info. He's just playing the odds here. But he's got a yes on AI, Sam Altman,
Dude,
and
Dahmer's the one that was on the 60-minute thing, right? Like that's like the legendary trader for Polymarket.
That's right. Okay. Yep. I saw that story. Dude made millions this year. Trade. Yeah, dude. Really, really cool. Dude, I love it.
Dude, that would be something, dude, if they did say yes for AI. Because, like I said that when this first came out, because like it would just, I feel like that'd be like another test for the human race in general to see like how they react to the person of the year being AI. So that one, I do think it has a possibility.
I hope it happens, dude. Like I'm here for chaos and fuckery and provocative stuff, and that would be it, dude. If AI win, by the way, on Polymarket, it's leading 37% for AI. If I were betting, I might take that bet. No comment about the odds. I don't know if that's good or not. I don't know if that's a dumb trade, but I think that'd be incredible if AI were Person of the Year. And I could like for us here in crypto, I think AI was our meta, our narrative of the year. I'm trying to think regulations, maybe, right? But would you guys say AI is like the topic of the year in crypto?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say not like that's topic of the year even in TradFi, right? As well. There's only 7 companies that are holding up the whole stock market that are all AI based basically. So like I don't know if it was necessarily just the narrative here strictly. I think it was like markets in general, and it was just kind of pushed here. Like a lot of people think that AI needed cryptocurrency to run and do their thing when they can just do everything without money. So I don't know.
Hey,
You know
what are the rules in that? I mean, I guess they just name it. See, it's weird to me because AI is not a person. Like, how do you define person? And I guess it's up to Time Magazine. They make their own rules, but
it would be different if they were like an AI XBT, something that were the face of the whole thing, but we don't have that yet, right? So it's a good point, Kat. It's like saying Microsoft is Person of the Year because they released some killer app or operating system, or like it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's an interesting conversation for sure, but I think one is 100% right with the AI just being the narrative as a whole, Web 2 and Web 3. But as far as like the CT is concerned, I think the biggest prediction markets and AI, right? Like they're kind of toe-to-toeing back and forth. As far as what AI, I guess, is defined as, or if it's a person or not a person, like I mean, you're giving it a characteristic, and it's kind of building its own persona, right? So can it be identified as a person? That's an interesting take there, Cats. In the future, I guess you're right. It depends on the definition, but it could. That's why I think as a person, right? It's self-thinking and developing to a certain extent.
And that's why I think that they would do something like that. It's just to create the controversy. Like it's already an AI narrative all around, and then you got Times Magazine telling you that it's a fucking person now too. Do you know how many? It's just, to me, it's just like a perfect news article for people to just tear apart and talk about for the next 3 fucking months.
Yeah, for sure. It'll definitely be an interesting narrative. I think they've already magazine, not AI, but didn't they name the computer as a Person of the Year way back in the day when it was first coming out?
It's a good question. I'm actually going to ask Grok about that.
I'm pretty sure they already had
if they did that with the computer, if they did that with a computer, dude, then they're definitely gonna play this game right now, I think.
Yeah, because the market's not human of the year, right? So
in 1982, the computer was they call this says machine of the year, but this was Time Magazine.
Yeah, there you go. So they just spun it as a variant. They just called it a machine, and they awarded the PC. That's, I mean, it's not the same, but it's kind of been done before, right? So it wouldn't really set a new precedent to just name AI as Person of the Year. Now, if they name it Person of the Year, that would be potentially a controversial topic, right?
Yeah. It happened one other time, I guess, too. In 1988, the award went to the Endangered Earth. Interesting, huh?
What is that?
I'm
even
guessing.
understand
I'm thinking it's like a climate change, kind of like war, destruction kind of narrative. So Earth is
That sounds like Al Gore pushed that one through a little bit.
Dude, yeah. No, that's great. Wait, you know what? Okay, so I would have bet against AI being Person of the Year because I would have thought if no precedent, then it doesn't make sense. But the fact that now we have twice, okay, now I could get there. Now I actually think that might be pretty likely. AI Person of the Year, that'd be fucking awesome. Would love it.
Dude, when I got in, it was at 4%.
What's it?
Geez, let's go. He said he got in at 4%.
Oh wow, holy shit.
Go back
that the market dropped, and everybody thought that, like you guys are saying that, like, why would they name AI? But like, there's the same exact. I didn't know about the previous times. I just, like I said, my theory in my mind basically is what made me just go with the AI. And even now, like you said, like the best thing about these is that you don't have to wait till the end, right? Like I could just cash out now.
Brilliant trade, dude. Really, really nice. Katz, what were you saying?
Go back to that tweet about Dahmer, though. I mean, I feel like everybody that's watching this by now knows how to play prediction markets. That where it actually had his amount of shares.
I think I zapped that tab.
Anyway, I was gonna say, I mean, the way these people, like smart traders like that, do it. I mean, because I don't think it showed where he got in at. But that matters, right? So, like 1618 just talked about. I mean, if you get into something at 4 shares, you can go really hard and not have spent that much money. And so, for markets like this, the way the big traders do it, I mean, you want to get into essentially the top 4 or 5 selections, like that you think is essentially 100% to hit, and you want to be in at an average under a dollar, right? So if you get in at an average cost of 92 cents combined, you're guaranteed to make money regardless of the result, and you let it play out. You don't sell early unless it's become obvious that something's not going to hit, and then you go ahead and sell out of your shares because it's going to be overall profit. But it's just one of those strategy things that big time traders do, especially with big bankrolls.
Dude, there's a random ass market that I'm looking for or want to look for. This is like kind of off topic, but if you're a sports fan, you'll like this. And if you're especially a baseball fan, you probably know this already. I didn't know, but I didn't realize this. If you're on Spaces, you don't see it, but something happened in MLB this year that pitchers were starting to throw these like softball pitches, like just lobbing the ball in the air, pitches under 45 miles an hour. We didn't see that before like 5-6 years ago.
They call them the Eufus pitches, right? It's like a little bit of a shock factor because the batters don't expect it or see it coming, so they swing out of their socks and they usually miss.
It's crazy, dude.
Yeah, I didn't know this existed, but watching the video is hilarious.
Isn't that crazy, dude? Okay, so like 6 years ago, 7 years ago, not a single pitch thrown that year. And prior years, some years you had one pitch like that, maybe 6 was the top, and before that, nothing. And then it just starts ramping up, of course, because statistics show that it works, but it goes from 64 in 2021 to 183 in 22 to 199, all the way up to, again, this past year, 424 of these pitches. And it's like, that's the kind of market I'd be looking for. I would love to play something like that, right? Why not? It's just fun. Like, bet on everything. Again, off topic, but cool as shit.
No, that's very cool. I think just really quick on that topic though, if eventually a lot of people start doing it, those balls are going to get absolutely yacked. The only reason that it's working is because it's a shock factor. Like, it's not something that these guys see.
Yep, dude, great point. There was another story, also again off topic, but it just happened. So now I wanted to see if there was some fuckery there, like insider trading. Warner Brothers just got acquired by Warner Brothers Discovery, so like owning like DC IP, stuff like that, got acquired by Netflix. So now I'm going to that market because that's now resolved and see when that started pumping. See if anybody knew ahead of time. Let's see. Looks like November 30th. That started. Am I looking at the right one? Yeah, like around November 30th, that started moving. Probably some insider knowledge there. Not crazy though, but maybe a little. So
I was gonna say that chart actually doesn't look too crazy.
not crazy, but what's kind of cool then is still if you're like a casual, like a movie person, you're just wondering for fun. If you went here, you probably would have had a good guess on who was actually going to win it. Like, you know what I mean? Like trying to figure out, is Netflix really in the running or not? You check Polymarket, you're like, well, shit, I guess it's pretty serious. They are in the running. So just so cool. I love it, dude. I love it. All right. I was going to play this clip. Maybe I still actually, why don't I play this clip? This has to do with, and I think, is this the co-founder of Kalshi? I think so.
Yeah,
it's him talking about insider trading, and I think it's kind of on topic. So let me hit this real quick. Try to do no echo for you, cats. Let's see.
I'm fine either way as long as everyone else can actually hear it.
Yep. All right. Let's give it a shot.
How does the CFTC
Tell me in chat and maybe in spaces, just give a thumbs up if you can hear it playing right now.
view when a market participant has some type of alpha or non-public information, and they're betting on a market, based on that information? From my view, as somebody who like gets data from, we work with Polymarket, we use Polymarket data on the show. If somebody has inside information and they're trading on that information, it actually makes the markets more accurate. So in some ways, as a user who's just like viewing markets, I want people that have inside information on global events to be trading so that the markets actually better reflect reality. But what is like the CFTC's view on that type of activity? Because like things get thrown around all the time, insider trading this or that, but I don't actually know like what the actual law says.
Yeah, that's a great, like, that's actually a great question. It's a point of debate in this land, but I think there's some distinction. So Kalshi is a regulated exchange. So everything we do, in some ways, a lot of the laws and the rules are very similar to what you would expect in a New York Stock Exchange and some of the traditional financial markets. The question of insider trading is interesting because what you just said could also apply to the stock market, right? Like if you want to accurately price a stock, maybe we should let insider trading happen.
Sure.
And the reason why it's actually not allowed is because it makes the game unfair. It makes the market unfair. And if the market is unfair, liquidity dries up. People just stop participating.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why you have to have reasonable rules of the road where people can reasonably expect to be treated fairly in this marketplace.
I can even end it there. I think that's like the easiest point, makes the most sense. Obvious. I like it because it's fun and I like kind of chaos and all, but it's not good for the market if you know there's cheating. You do stop playing that to a degree. To a degree, you do. It just depends. Like if the odds, okay, maybe it's different here a little bit, because you know.
I don't know.
Bro, people love crime. I don't know if you stop playing, to be honest with you.
That's the thing. Okay,
I mean, if you think about it, right? Like, I'm just going to break down simple math, dude. If you start with $100 and you compound 1% a day for a whole year, that's $3,600. Now, imagine if you could get into multiple trades a day that are at 92% and gain 8% a day.
Simple math. I can't follow because I'm terrible with numbers, but it makes sense. And here's the thing. Okay, with stocks, it's one thing because I don't think you know a definitive top for that price. You don't know where it's going to end up. You don't know where in the trade what you have left to earn if you copy trade somebody, as opposed to this where if you see an account that you know is insider info and he pushes a certain, one of those bets markets up to 25%, 30, but this is a guy who knows, it resolves at 100. So you've got a lot of upside left on that play. So it's a little different even there. I would still play because of that. If I know the insider's trading this thing, I'm gonna be like, I'm pretty sure he's got this thing. I don't think that would actually discourage me from betting, but it makes sense that it's illegal, by definition, shouldn't happen. I just don't know how you stop it. Because if that person, if the insider can't trade, it happens everywhere else. They just share with their buddy. Their buddy trades for them.
Can't stop it.
Yeah, can't.
You can't stop it. It's impossible.
You know what else are illegal? Hookers. And guess what? They still exist, right? So there's certain things you just can't control if there's degenerates involved, man.
Facts.
I like the take that he said it's actually, it does show better actual data though if we have insider trading. involved. Here's the thing though. So let's take this back to the beginning where we were talking about CNN, CNBC, whatever, now integrating. Because here's it. I mean, the whole thing with all this that we're excited about is normie onboarding, right? Like this is the mass onboarding event that I've been waiting for years, that crypto needs, all this stuff, right? And my normie friends are interested, and everybody likes a little degeneracy and being able to bet on all these crazy markets, which is it's what makes it fun. So now, if that's where we're getting our source of data, are CNN and all these networks really going to be reporting on how much insider trading is going on to tell the normies that they don't stand a chance? Like, I don't think so. Like, we're just going to put the data out there and we're not going to market the crimes going on because then it's going to flood our own bats.
Yeah. I mean, dude, if the point, in context of the news, the point of this is to get news quick and accurate, as close to the truth as you can, as quick as you can, then this is almost necessary for it. So I'm a fan. Insider trading, I approve.
Yeah, I'm not like, you can't, in my mind, it's hard to be like, you could sit there and say, yeah, I don't like it, but even in traditional markets, it's not stopped. So like, just because you don't like it doesn't mean it's not going to continue to happen. It doesn't matter what we think.
There you go. I'm with you. Agreed. All right, let's move on. I think we'll stay in prediction markets.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna ask you if you guys heard about the Solana Seeker issues.
No. Well, okay. Tell me what it is. Maybe I don't know. Go ahead.
Dude, their chips are completely compromised and unfixable to the point that to the point that like the devices can be taken over at any minute, and the seed phrases can just be taken from the phones and used. So we have this big airdrop coming right now, and magically this information comes out prior to the big airdrop. So we may see some fuckery happen.
Get the fuck out.
That's crazy.
I need to find this.
That's what the comment about's on the YouTube side then. I didn't understand.
Was that this?
I guess so.
Is through CD4KI?
I don't know. There's some just facing it.
I just posted it up top with crypto news because I posted it yesterday. Nobody's been talking about it, which fucking baffles me.
Okay, hang on. I got to find a way to get to this.
Yep. Just way to derail the show, but it's totally worth digging into.
Or this is the whole point.
Yeah, that's the point of the community show there.
Seed for it. Let me try that. I can't get to it via spaces because it's not showing me anything.
Cryptonews.com/news/Solana Seeker.
Cryptonews.com/news/Solana
Seeker.
See if I got it.
I originally found it right on my fucking Google front page through Yahoo.
Interesting. All right, hang on. Let me just peek it. Let me just peek on the website. I don't know. Let's try just one last search. And if somebody has a link to it, just DM me on X and I'll put it up here. Last try.
I just put it in the private chat in the studio.
Oh, thank you, sir. Okay.
Yeah, so like the wallets themselves are like compromised, right? So it's not even like you can just take it off the phone and be like, "Oh, I'm good." Like, no, the seed phrase is compromised. Period.
That's fucked. How many units do they ship? I mean, thousands and thousands, right?
Yeah, and the fact that it's unfixable, dude, that's not a good thing. I don't know. I've been trying to think about how they're gonna fix it. I don't know how they're going to.
That's pretty fucked. Wow. I can't believe there's not more noise about this on the timeline. That's
but there's more noise about the airdrop coming. That, like, dude, yeah, I believe that somebody's just gonna take advantage of it and rip this airdrop underneath everybody's noses.
Oh, that's crazy. Holy cow. Well, shit, I wonder how this plays out. I feel like there were other issues with the Solana Seeker just like a week or two ago as well. I'm trying to remember what it was specifically. God, my brain won't work enough to remember, but assume this is a firmware issue that can be fixed on new batches. Yeah, I wouldn't trust anything.
We get de-engineer up.
Okay, it's not only just Solana Seeker, it's a bunch of Android phones and even Ledger wallets possibly with that chipset. This is a wider issue than just like Solana Seeker.
Wow. Holy cow. Any idea what proposed fixes are? Like anything?
It's a chipset, so you'd have to go in and change the ROM on the chipset. So that would require the manufacturer to do something. I don't know if they're actually going to do this, but this is affecting like millions and millions of devices.
Crazy. My biggest fear, probably everybody's biggest fear, was something like an exploit that compromises like everybody. For me, it was always like, what if MetaMask at its core has some flaw in everybody's wallet? You know, you wake up one morning and everybody's drained. I mean, I can't imagine a black swan bigger than something like that. This is as close to that as I could think, right? If millions of people are impacted here, it's not just the Seeker, it's other phones, other chips. Damn.
It's not only like crypto wallets, it's also banking apps are going to be affected by this as well, because it's a device takeover essentially, where you can just put a sleeper in and like keystrokes and everything like that. X Factor, check your TG.
Sorry, guys. I walked into Starbucks. What was that, D? Hello?
He's just telling you to check your DMs on Telegram, bro.
Oh, why are you sliding into my DMs, bro? I just woke up. I haven't even had my coffee. Better be some spicy information in there.
I got to be Carlito because he's right beside you, isn't he?
De-engineer, do you have like an article about how it's going to affect other things too?
Give me a bit. I'll pull something up.
Here's the block covering it, which is great. And is this a really new story, like past 24 hours?
I wouldn't say 24 hours. Probably a couple days at least.
Okay. Damn, this seems like a really big deal.
The 4th that article came out.
Yeah, I mean, that was just yesterday.
So then, yeah, it's really new news then, I guess.
And so, God, I used to be so much better with tech and understanding this. This is not something that you could fix via some kind of firmware update or BIOS update or anything like that.
The device, like, it has to be like physically fixed. Like a new chip needs to be put into it. But my thing is with like all the cold storage now, especially cold storage, like that means all the crypto is going to be transferred from those wallets into the new wallets too. So
Crazy.
That's fucking massive.
That's crazy. Damn. Well, thank you for putting that on the radar, man. That's a big story. Okay. I imagine that's going to be very loud on the timeline in the next like day, 2, whatever. It's imminent. Like that's a huge fucking story. Jesus Christ. We just can't we can't win. We can't win. It's crazy. Let me blitz through just a couple more headlines on prediction markets. I want to cover the actual numbers too, because it actually was a really, really big week. But we talk about things that would be bad for this market. That's about the worst thing I could imagine, by the way, that chip flaw or exploit. Crazy. I also said this, a little bit, and I think everyone is maybe expecting this too, but government shutdown that just ended a few weeks back, all they did was kick the can down the road a little bit, right? We run up against that in January. And so as excited as I am, guys, I'm pretty excited still for a December, some form of a rally. I am still optimistic about next year, but there's things that can kill that, just stop us right in our tracks. And yeah, if we have a government shutdown again in January, that would be one of those things. And we've got one of these polymarket traders, actually the top politics trader, is betting on a shutdown by January 31st. Yes, betting yes here. I don't know, guys. Just be careful. This is why I said I'm not playing anything yet. I'm not getting back into the markets yet. I'm not. I don't trust.
Dude, what's that percentage at right now?
Let's see. Here we could jump to his account.
De-engineer, what you got?
Is my hand up?
Yeah, I mean, but Spaces is crazy, so.
Oh, fuck, bro.
33%, by the way, 33% chance of a shutdown by the 31st.
Yeah, so you can gain 17%, basically 50% gain if it goes to 50% alone. If you open it up right now, that's a yes.
Pretty good, pretty good. But by the way, random Polymarket's starting to roll out their US application to people on the wait list. True? I think true.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was saying. The week they started that, amazingly, the FUD came out about Kalshi.
All right. All right. Did you get one yet? Did you get in?
No, I'm not in yet. Bunch you is.
Oh,
of course.
Dude, real nice. Real nice. All right, let me save. I'm going to bookmark that for later because that story is coming back.
The interesting side is right now it's only sports.
True. Yep. Yep. Here's a little update too, and I want to get through this stuff quick because I do want to get to NFTs and AI. But you guys remember during the election about a year ago, there was this French polymarket trader who was betting hard on Trump to win, and you know people are thinking this is an insider or a complete fucking degen idiot with the kind of money he was throwing at it. Well, we're hearing from the CEO of Polymarket on, I think this is on his 60 Minutes interview. He's like, this guy actually ran his own polls, right? He that's how he got his edge. It wasn't just a total gamble. They're saying he commissioned massive neighbor polling. That guy did. That guy who was throwing millions at Trump winning did his research at a level crazy level of autism to get that deep. Actually, it's incredible. It's pretty fucking awesome. But just to show that edge, you know, it pays. It's a cool story. I didn't know. I do need to. Did you watch, by the way, that interview, the 60 Minutes interview? I need to check.
I still haven't had time to watch it.
Yeah, I want to go peek. But that, you know, just talk about the valuation of Polymarket, ridiculous. The valuation of Kalshi, ridiculous. I love this story here, and that one of the co-founders now worth $1 billion. Now the youngest self-made female billionaire, 29 years old, worth $1 billion. Flip Taylor Swift. Cool. I got to share that with my girls this week, and for me, that was so fucking cool. I try to give my girls like role models to look up to, and it's great to not have that be Taylor Swift. It can be an entrepreneur, which Taylor Swift is, but you know, someone in tech and betting game, whatever. Is fucking awesome. I love that story. I think our last thing here on prediction markets, but just to feel for where we're at on the markets, notional volume, our second highest ever. Pretty interesting. I mean, for me, it's felt like prediction markets are a little, I don't want to say down because they're not, but I've just not felt the same. I'm not trading anything. I'm not playing, and it doesn't matter what I'm doing, but just how I felt the market was right now, I'm wrong. Second highest ever. Prediction market volume also second highest ever. Number of transactions all-time high. And number of users all-time high. So man, growing. And still it feels like when I talk to family, they didn't know what a prediction market is. And I know they'll be playing a prediction market when they know how to access it. I'm like, dude, the growth here is like, this is nothing. This is still nothing. And there's still, it's a monster industry and it's nothing yet. So wild. You can bet now on prediction markets in MetaMask. This is a Polymarket partnership, I believe. So you're going to see it everywhere. So yes, on CNN, yes, in your crypto wallet, which is pretty damn cool. And dude, this is, maybe we do this another time. But just the pushback against prediction markets. I'll just mention this. Connecticut issues a cease and desist against Robinhood, Crypto.com, and Kalshi for conducting unlicensed online gambling. There still is a war on crypto. There is. I still think it's a losing battle. I don't know if Robinhood and Crypto.com are listed in that because they're ties to prediction markets. I'm guessing that's what it is. I'm not positive, but I think so. But
yep.
Yeah, it is, huh? So it ain't over.
That's what I'm saying. This debate has turned into the definition of gambling. Like prediction markets are gambling, prediction markets aren't gambling, and they're getting into legalities on that based on state gaming laws. As I say, it's like it's getting in the weeds.
It's a losing.
Dude, if you're betting on anything, it's a gamble. I'm sorry. Like
true.
I'm sorry.
I don't disagree.
Well, but that's the thing. We're not betting, guys. We're predicting. And again, I can't emphasize this.
And there's no house. So you're just, predicting with your friends.
Okay. Does a token help a prediction market get around those rules about betting?
Oh my God. I can't even imagine that would make it any better.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
It's worth a try. All right. Well, we'll stay updated on that topic as we have developments here. Last story. I promise you, it's the last prediction market story.
Put your screen back up.
Dingaling, who was behind Boop.fun, now behind a new prediction market on Binance on BNB or BSC, right? But dingling behind, what is this? Predict.fun. And he got a shill from CZ. CZ retweeted this thing, but
Well, of course, CZ did.
yeah. If I see Dingling's name with something now, I don't touch it. I used to like him. You know, I just did. And I didn't know enough about him, and now I know.
Yeah, Boop did it in. But he also had the BNB ties before. So, I mean, yeah, I'm not surprised by that.
Yeah. It's a dirty game out there. Some dirty people. I don't know. All right, let's get to some AI, and even we'll touch on robotics.
So, before we do that, I want to circle one more prediction market thing that I found this morning. And it goes back. Do you remember Async launching on virtuals? You remember that?
Yep.
Go to the private chat, click that link. Check this out.
Huh.
This is what Async has built. Scroll down. Look at that. Look at how cool
Can you
this
pin it to
is.
the top? I want to see it. Pin it to the top, please.
I don't think I can. Yeah, I don't.
I am not in your chat, so
yeah, all good. Well, if you want, flip on the video. If you go to the Slam, this on X, Slam Nation X. If you go to that account, it's streaming video over there.
But yeah, I'll pin the tweet from them. But they've built a hell of an ARB, like live ARB bot that shows you great plays.
Huh? Can you explain it a bit?
Really interesting. So look, man, I can't see your screen that well, but like you see the implied total and what their model projects. So yeah. So now, I mean, we'll see how these wins look. It's again, this is something for me that I like monitoring to see how it does. But if they find real ARB opportunities, like so, they don't think, Fed decision in December 25th, they're shorting that decision. I guess it's at a 38. They think it's going to go down to 29, whichever one that is. It's just one of those, like, there are lots of tools being built for ARB opportunities. And I like that they're tracking all the markets. This is why I was so bullish on Billy too, to be able to see everything in one place. And I mean, Billy Sports, this is scanning, all of them. And I don't do anything on opinion. I don't really do anything on BNB. In general, but it's just something interesting because I thought that project was dead. And so to see them actually building something and then putting it like in like their dev stuff where everybody can see what they're building live time is pretty interesting.
Yeah, dude. It interesting. And all I'll say is this, and like I said earlier, I root for everybody. I try to not be negative, but that team has always made the spidey senses go off in a not great way. Like, when there's a team who I don't even remember initially what their promise was of what they were building, when they keep pivoting and pivoting and pivoting, and I'm not saying they did for sure because I don't remember, but I think that's what's been going on, and I don't think they've built anything, and I don't trust. They got to prove to me first that their model actually works. Yeah, I don't know. I hope this is like totally legit and actually is great, but yeah, I just don't have a lot of faith in those guys, and I hope I'm wrong, by the way.
And for me, like I said, it's more interesting that I can see what they're looking at, right? That I like doing my own research, but I like when people have built stuff that I can then use. So I'll give you an example. So I use AIX Bet a ton. I literally use it every day, and I think it's a really good product. But there's some interesting takes on alpha pools right now. Now, alpha pools are not legal in the US, so I don't participate. But like for AIX Bet, they take, essentially whoever puts into the alpha pool USDC, the like 60% of the profits get distributed back to those. And then, some go to stakers, some go to like 20% goes to whoever's staking AIX Bet. But people are like, why wouldn't you just look at the plays that the alpha pool does and copy trade it? Then you get 100% instead of 60, which makes a total sense. Again, so it's one of those things, like if you can see what the AI is doing, like you don't even necessarily have to be a participant. You're just getting information if you know where to look. So I just wanted to put it on the radar just as another potential source of information on ARB opportunities in markets that you don't, I mean, again, you're just seeing what they're doing. So I found that pretty interesting.
Good shit. Okay, I need to check out that other platform too. What was it? XBet or
AIX Bet?
AIX Bet. Yeah, I need to dive into that. Real cool.
Dude, it's great for sports stuff. I've hit multiple parlays using their stuff.
All right, we'll come back to that at some point then. All right, we're not really getting into robotics, by the way, but just have to mention, the Trump administration, big time focus on AI, like big fucking time focus, which is amazing. It's part of why I'm like just so bullish about next year and the next decade and whatever. But also, like, I love just hearing that they're also as focused on robotics too. So there was an announcement this week, and I don't have that pulled up, but there was an announcement that there's going to be a big focus on robotics. Again, makes sense. I just like hearing them actually say it. So cool shit. On to virtuals. And man, it's been a week. It's been a really, really solid week here in the virtuals ecosystem. Actually, more like last week was the week because of a token that launched. But look at Repo. Let me refresh. But Repo launched, I think, 2-ish weeks ago at this point.
Man, I wish I'd kept that airdrop.
Crazy, right? That's a spicy one. Officially the best performing unicorn launch we've seen on virtuals. Boy, it's not even close at this point. 2 times higher than Small Thing got. This got to a 23. I'll say 23. It might have gotten a little higher. I'll say 23 mil FTV, which look is not crazy out there in like the rest of the kind of space, but here in virtuals it is. We haven't seen that in a minute.
What are you talking about, Hudah? It is crazy because during that time everything has tanked.
Yeah.
Like everything tanked and it just continued to climb.
Look at that.
That's
chart.
pretty impressive.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like it. Prediction was to see it. Well, first off, just to see that it was going to be a winner, but pretty quickly I was able to say, okay, it's definitely different. We had the team on the show, and when you hear from the team and they sound different, they sound like that next level kind of team. It was obvious. It was different. Ended up saying, I think that we'd see this at 25. It basically got there. I think it will hit 25 mil. I actually think it's going to be more like, man, it depends on the market, but I think this is going to be a 50 million, and we'll see beyond that. I think it's got basically unlimited potential. Use BitTensor as your comp, something to compare it to, and it's not just like BitTensor, but it's like you can have a conversation about some parallels there. So keep your eyes on Repo, especially if we see a big pullback, but I think Repo is looking like it's going to be a monster. Is this our best performing token since Facey? Trying to think if there's something between.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Reply's done well, but nowhere near in this category.
Crazy. I need to get him back on the show.
Rebels, yeah, we had them on for interview as well on our show, and they made it very bullish, like what they're doing, how they're using AI for the data collection and filtering and everything like that. It's very bullish to see what they're doing, and it's very much needed in our space. And like just the cataloging alone, cataloging data is insane, and having good quality data, the way they're doing it, it's going to make a lot of, like, just for the cyber, for example, and Lurky, it'll make shit substantially easier in those directions.
Can you explain Repo? Because the biggest problem for me was like, there's parts of it I understood, but man, I didn't totally get it all. I could just tell it was something different and good. And by the way, I don't even know who was talking because you don't show on my spaces.
The engineer was.
It's engineer. It's engineer. Yeah. What part of Repo do you want me to like?
If you give a TLDR on like what it is, right? Like what it is, how it works, just whatever you could share about it that helps us, like helps it click.
How do I word this? So they are. Dude, it's so fucking difficult to like give you a short TDL.
Yeah. No, I get it.
It's all of us.
Okay. They're trying to do a decentralized aspect of scaling AI on chain, right? It's using prediction markets, crypto incentives to essentially crowdsource, label, and eventually monetize the training data that AI is collecting. So think of it as building a very cataloged, highly labeled with keywords database that it can, like, you can, as a product, so Cyber, Lurky, any of these products, they're going to take those they're going to pay for the API, and they will have access to high quality data. And that's one of the problems with AI right now. Getting high quality, good, solid data is very hard to source. A lot of the stuff is like garnered off of Reddit or off of Google with like a mixed bag of every direction of a take, right? But if you have it highly labeled and saying, yes, this is true, this is good content, this is good data to build off of, it makes a substantial difference when you're putting like having an output from a prompt.
I mean, Huda, do you know any company that has blockchain data that's coming with API keys?
Man, I can only think of one. Yeah, it's funny enough. I wanted to chat with them about seeing where our data fits in. It's like making our own repository, and this is where I get a little lost too. And I know I'm this close to having it click. People vote on it. At first, I thought it's people voting on data is like a thumbs up. It means this data is good, accurate, whatever. And I do think that's part of it. But I mean, is that the right way to look at their system, their voting system?
Okay, sorry. Say that one more time, Huda.
Yeah. So the way I was looking at their the repositories, those data sets that you're voting on, right? So if I'm a token holder and I'm voting on it, I know you're voting on what you think is going to be like the hot data set, for whatever that epoch is. I don't know if that's what the voting is for, or if it's you're voting that this data is accurate, right? So your vote on this thing is saying that data is trusted, it's accurate, that's something that should be used. And maybe it's both, but like that's the part I'm a little unclear on.
I think it's a little bit more of the latter than the initial. And it's not only like it's the epoch, but if it's a vendor putting that data, like I need this data collected, how do I word this properly? It's how does that data correlate to what they're trying to build, right? And they're the users saying yes, this data is correct, kind of thing. It lines up to initiative? Does that make sense?
Yeah, that helps. So yeah, I think it was at least close with what I thought it was, which is fucking awesome, man. If those guys can crack like marketing, if they could find a way to simplify it where people can like hear repo and have a quick description and like it clicks from that, it'll be a fucking monster. It's the same problem BitTensor has though. It's just very complicated, and people maybe like you have to have it explained to you to understand like what it's fixing and why it matters. And if they can cut that out, and where it's like you hear it, you get it in an into this, they'd be a monster, and they already are clearly. So man, good shit.
Well, I think the whole thing with the price just sending fully will do a substantial good narrative for them, right? Because they're building good tech, and you're getting paid out in the token for voting, and the token is sending. So it's like, why not? It's just the same as like InfoFi. People saw it sending and people making money off of it, and like the price is good. So it's like, why not get in, right? So it does attract it in that marketing sense.
Yep, I dig that. So there it is. Keep your eye on repo, guys. I do think they're special, built different, all that shit. Really good. Fuku also did really, really well too. I think really decent. Another one that I think I said 5 mil is what I could see, 3 to 5 mil. It's exactly where it ranged. It's at 3.5 mil FDV right now. It got up to just about, it might have touched 5. Let me see here. But I like Fuku. I like the founder, Punk 2070, on the show yesterday. Cool fucking guy. He's got the experience. He's got the chops. Their algo has been tested for years. I really like it. For me, maybe it's not a concern, but the only thing I'm just trying to watch and factor in is, they've got that baked in holder base already. Are those holders, do they believe in it enough that they're buying, right? Or is this their time to get out? And that I don't know, but the platform looked fucking awesome when he demoed it yesterday. He is going to come back on so we can go deeper, and I probably want to get my hands in there and actually trade on it too. But I was really impressed yesterday.
I was impressed by him. I was very impressed by the platform, but honest to God, I didn't get into the token because I'm like, why do I need it? If I can use the platform and its basic features, because I'm a basic user, if I can use the basic platform for free, I'm like, I don't need to buy this token. I hate that I'm flooding all these tokens, but I'm just like, if I don't see an actual use case or value going back to the token for holding it, like I just don't need a token at this point.
No, I'm glad you do that. And that's what I think has been great about this big reset we've had the past couple months. People are now starting to ask that. We should have been doing it all along, and a lot of people have, but like this should be normal. And you questioning it is awesome. Because I'm with you. All the features he showed, every single one, I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. That's so impressive. Like, that's really cool. And again, especially that it's been tested and they've got this win rate and all that. But you don't need the token for any of that. Not at all. And then this is the biggest challenge with all these platforms. I guess especially with the token, but even if you're pricing your platform in USD, I don't know if anybody's found that sweet spot for how much you can win with it and then what it costs to use the thing. And I don't know if anybody's cracked that yet. I think like the kosher capital agents, I think do very well, but also you need a lot of money to play those to make it worth your time or your investment. This one is almost the opposite end. Again, it works, but it costs nothing. So then how do you win as a token holder? So then it's just a meme coin for the ecosystem. It's tricky. Now, like the Caesar model is where you fix everything. I think owning the thing, then boom, problem solved. Because then you can speculate and have fun on it. Great. But also platform increases in value. You do just automatically too. So
right. Equity matters. But what I heard yesterday, I was like, no, I was going to get on this token. Now I'm not, because it's different if I was a previous holder and I was getting it for free, or if I was still farming Butler, which I'm not, and I was getting it for free. Cool. But I'm not going to buy in at those prices because I just don't see the upside.
Yep. There'll be a moment where they announce what features are gated and what you'll need it for. And if there's awesome, if those are just killer features, different story then, right? But I'm with you for now. It's like platform looks great. I'm actually going to use it, but I'll pass on the token for now. Other than, sometimes I'll buy a little support, but that doesn't do anything either. But I do like seeing good teams getting funding. And now like the repo team has made $1 million plus. I don't know how much they've made, but over $1 million on fees. And Fuku hitting that 2 mil FDV also unlocks some funding too. So it is great to see that the Unicorn Launchpad, it's working as designed. Teams are getting paid. It's starting to attract, I think, better teams. I think we'll see. Wonder Page is coming up. Credit Court, Anon Base. There's nothing on the board now that I'm looking forward to. Dark Integration is new. I'm not sure with that one.
I was just gonna say, I mean, as of right now, you've got 5 unicorn projects sitting over 3 mil FDV. I mean, so all those projects have been funded very well through Unicorn. But yeah, Repo is the first one to hit $1 million made from Unicorn.
Yeah, man, what a success story. If the market picks back up, AI will continue to be now for 2 years in a row one of the driving metas of crypto, and no better spot than virtuals to be paying attention to. And again, it's an ICM platform. It's not agents, but it is ICM heavily focused on AI, and I very worth your time to be paying attention over here. What do you think about them NFTs this past few weeks, Cats? It's been pretty fucking awesome, huh? Oh, hang on. Anything else in AI that has caught your attention this week? Any tokens we should be paying attention to?
No, I mean, I'm diving into Zyber, but there's no tokens yet. So we got plenty of time to talk about all that. But I know D-Engineer and X Factor also into it. But I just Zyber, there's the campaign, and I've never seen anybody put up $250,000 in a stable coin. So I don't know enough about Zeet. We're going to talk about that later today in a different space. But I got absolutely smashed and slashed on Zeet in this first day, and I'm like, okay, I am not going to win in this campaign. I don't have enough influence. But
how does that work? What is it?
I don't know. That's what I got to figure out. Zeet's a whole different InfoFi platform, and I'm like, okay, and like going up against Jesus and Josh Ong and these guys, I'm like, I don't stand a chance.
Damn.
No, but that's not true, Cats. That's not true. We'll definitely cover it more, but there's just a certain it's less farmy. So like replies don't really count for your score. So you can't just reply guy your way into the leaderboard. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got
it. Now you can.
I said replies. Zeet is not meant to be very engaged either. Their algorithm is trying to kind of fix all the shit wrong with InfoFi, right? So it's a work in progress for sure, but they eliminate a lot of the replies. You have very light engagement or boost with the replies, so it's not like a huge circle jerk. longer term content is encouraged, especially if it's beneficial and the community finds it useful. But yeah, we can get into it further. I'm not trying to sabotage the space here with some InfoFi stuff, but
So you're telling me to write an article?
But
I'll write an article.
I mean, that would help.
All right, cool. Anyway, yeah, we can move on, but that's the AI and robotics thing I'm looking at, especially with some of the projects they're incubating. I'm pretty excited about, but we'll get more into that as time comes.
Yeah. So did you guys see the post today? Like, we have a partnership with the boxing gym that we actually sponsor some of the boxers, and we're getting them on board to like train AI boxing robots, like with their skill set and shit like that. Like, there's like Roy Jones involved and stuff. Yeah, it's cool, man. We got our hands in a lot of Web 2 stuff as well that is very exciting. So we're trying to bridge that gap, and we have some great use cases. So it's fucking exciting from even from my perspective. I'm geeking out, so pretty exciting.
Is Zeet another platform like yours or you're working with?
Zeet's the InfoFi.
They're similar to like. Yeah, they're similar to like Kaito and Wallchain. We just chose to use Zeet as our InfoFi platform.
Got it. Yeah, I didn't know if the X, the name starting with X is like there was a
It's got a nice ring to it. It's got a good play on words, but it was completely unintentional.
Meant to be then. That's cool. Cool shit. Yeah, we should deep dive all that again later. Just ready to do the NFT thing. I've been ready, dude. I've been so fucking ready. Okay. So cool shit to see any of our NFT boys here breaking into the mainstream. And Beeple has always been mainstream at this point for years and years. But real cool. Okay, we got Art Basel going on in Miami. All these cool, exhibits for NFT art down there and traditional art. But Beeple made national news here. We have ABC covering him, TMZ covering him. I'm trying to think if I saw any other big news sites, covering Beeple, but covering, and like for us, this is not new to us. We've seen this before, right? Because Beeple has his IRL events at his studio, and he's got these little robot dogs that run around with the face of Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos. There's a Beeple one. I'm trying to think if there's another one in the mix. They're creepy as fuck looking, dude. They just give you
Kim Jong-un.
There you go. Yeah. Okay. And they run around and they move weird. And it freaks me out. It just gives me makes my skin crawl, which is awesome. And again, normies, this blows their fucking minds. Again, we're used to bizarre shit here. They're not. They see this and it fucking scrambles their brains. But anyway, getting all that mainstream coverage and eyeballs, awesome. He's giving out free NFTs at this event too. I imagine they're all grabbed at this point. I don't know how you qualified, win them, whatever, but physical prints, NFTs, just fucking awesome. Xcopy also had a little gallery or something down there too that actually corresponded with an NFT mint, which is very fucking cool. So let's even jump to that, and then let's talk about some stuff we're trading in NFTs and maybe buying and whatever. But Bubbles. Ah, shit, I don't even have the tweet up. Give me a sec to find it. But Bubbles... Hang on. Bubbles.art. Cats, did you get Bubbles? Did you mint Bubbles?
I have not, but it's on my list of things to do today because I heard you talking about it yesterday.
Gotta get them before.
You said it till Sunday, right? So I think that's time today.
So you see it on the screen here then. I love it. So new Xcopy collection. Moonship, I'm sorry, my brother. We ain't rich yet. It's coming. We hope. Xcopy collection called Bubbles. This is an NFT mint over on the Shape blockchain, which I don't love, but also I like art, so support whatever. This is a 10 million edition collection. 10 fucking million. Xcopy holders get like a whitelist. Trying to think who else. If you're IRL in Miami, there's like a code you can get down there and also mint these things. I actually need somebody who doesn't have an Xcopy to try to mint though, because I'm not sure. I got to mint 10 of these things, and I don't know if it's because I held an Xcopy, like I have a Max Payne, or
I'll let you know today because I don't have any Xcopy.
Oh, dude, yeah, please do. So when you go to mint, it'll ask you for a code, and there's a little link below. It says I don't have one, and when you click that, it still lets you mint, and that's where the 10 came from. So I'm real curious, guys. You have just until Sunday, so I would go to the site now, or by end of day Saturday, bubbles.art, and see if you can mint. Now here's how it works. 10 million bubbles. Over the next decade, every single day, some of the bubbles pop. So in the end, in 10 years, there's going to be one bubble left. That's it. Neither that one person is left with a 1-of-1 X copy, which is a grail of a grail. That thing is gonna be worth a fortune. Just such a cool story. A 10-year-long piece. Somewhere in the terms though, it said like a prize, right? So it could be that having that gets you something else too. Like maybe that one pops too, and there's something else you get. But either way, it's free. There's no reason to not mint it, and now you got some X copy exposure for the next 10 years, and somebody wins. Super fucking cool. And China, I'm. It's worth some of your time. Hopefully, you get a mint there too, and they're dirt cheap on secondary too, because again, there's so many. So even getting a little exposure, buy one for a couple pennies just to get skin in the game, I think is cool. But that's the kind of shit, cats, that I miss. That's the fun stuff with NFTs. They're more engaging than anything else in crypto. Just period. Right, a thing like that keeps you entertained for 10 years. It's just fun. And we've been missing that from crypto, I think, all cycle. Hasn't been here. Well, that's not true, because Ordinals had its moment. It was fun. Other than that, NFTs were a big missing piece of this cycle, I think. I don't know. What else are you looking at out there in NFT land, cats?
Well, me and the engineer both bought Lumera's under 0.1, and now they're at 0.2. Can I ask, because I haven't bought anything. Yeah, they're at 0.2. So he hadn't even looked. Can I ask though, because I haven't bought NFTs on OpenSea in like years. When did they start? Can it not show in ETH? Like the floor price shows in US dollars, and I don't like that. Or is it just me? Maybe I have a setting wrong.
It might be a setting. I think it shows in ETH for me. I'm going to check though.
I've been trying to figure out how to toggle it, and I'm like, I don't like seeing that the floor price is over. Like if you hover over the price, it then shows it in ETH, but like I see it just in US dollar amount, and I'm like, oh, I don't like this.
Okay. Are you talking about on the collection itself?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, okay, so I'm just looking at Fog, and it shows.
No, yeah, Fog shows ETH.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just this collection. Maybe it's just me.
What's that collection again?
Here, I'll send it to you.
Okay.
Can you? What happens if you click on USD? Would it convert to ETH? I think you could like toggle between it.
I thought so too. When I hover over it, it shows it in ETH. But I'm like, I don't even want to know how much I spent.
Arcor, good to see you, dude. I'm not farming the OpenSea token. Just if I, happen to get some levels just because I'm doing some stuff, then great. But I'm definitely not farming. And probably should be, honestly. Yeah, this for me shows in ETH. So it's got to be a setting. Yeah.
All right, so it's a me issue. How do you toggle it on OpenSea? That's what I need to know, because I want to turn it off because it shows me $620 as the floor, and I don't like that.
Yeah, where would that be?
Teach me how to use OpenSea like it's 2021, please.
Man, I'm just probably not that guy. I got it. Bottom right. See down here? It's probably hard to see. But
crypto. Yes.
Boom.
Thank you.
Fuck yeah.
Hallelujah.
Today's a win.
There we go. My day is now better because it's showing an ETH again. Okay.
There you go. Oh, Markor, good shit, dude. Gonna reach a Ruby chest. I think we've seen some wins at that level. How many levels above Ruby do we have, Markor? That's fucking great though, dude. Again, I love what's going on in NFTs right now. I know we're just like kind of like reskinning the meta. It's the blind box meta, it's the physical collectibles meta. Flogs, I just think Woot crushed it with that drop. Like I talk about it every day now because I think it deserves that. But we saw Pudgy Penguins drop a mystery box. I wish I minted one. We had, Sappy Seals did a plush, so not a mystery box, but they did the plush, and we've got some energy behind the Moonbirds blind box thing too. But we got this new collection coming on Solana as well from former Doodles team members, right? I forget the name of it. I'm going to find it real quick. Niuko coming on Solana very soon. But they just announced some physicals. I imagine, this is going to be open to everybody. 72-hour open mint, $99. It's a cool, dude. It's actually a very good looking 6-inch vinyl figure statue thing, which I don't think there's going to be different poses or anything. They're all going to look the same. There will be 6 different colors, I believe. And there probably some, maybe there's a couple like 1/1s in that entire set, whatever. But I think they're crushing it marketing wise, right? I like that they call these G-boys or G-boys. I don't know. I like when you're
Oh, you
smart
talk
with it.
about Nuco AI. I was like, what the
Yeah.
fuck are you talking about? Yeah. I'm
Yep.
part of that community.
Dude,
So,
thing's gonna be a monster, I think, right?
yeah, they are killing it. They're also going to do a token launch by the end of December. There was a fake token that was launched earlier this week, and that thing ran for a hot minute until it was revealed that it was fake. But like the community is wicked. It's a mix of Solana and ETH homies. A lot of Azuki fam is in there. They have a website where you can generate art of using AI, and like you pay for credits to use it. And I think using that actually will give you more funds on more returns on the TGE. So I've got to get in more and use that as well. But it is like, dude, the vibes in that community is amazing.
Yep.
Absolutely amazing.
I think they're going to crush. Okay, so it's the prediction. I think this is the easiest prediction. You know, like whenever this cycle ends, if it ends, you know what I mean. But you know, we'll remember GVC as like a standout of the NFT, you know, kind of space this cycle. I think we're going to remember FWOG too. I do think those ones are going to enter that, like, you know, it's the class of 25, and it'll kind of carry forward, I guess. I think this one is as well. I do. I think this one's just got too much energy to your point. Such a great community, but the art's fucking great. And with Solana behind, Solana's really going to push this too. They are like, Solana's going to like, they need that NFT energy to come back on that chain. This is going to do it. So you got, again, the former Doodles guys. So the pedigree is there. Art's great, community great. This thing is going to absolutely cook. Do you know like any details about when the NFT mint is? I know they already gave out whitelists, but hoping there's a public part to it too. Do you have any dates?
So I'm a little confused. I gotta talk to the boys and see what's going on, because I've been out of the chat. That chat is like super active, so it's hard to keep track of everything. But there are NFTs that we call the badges. So it's a rabbit, a moth, and a snake in that like tier order, rabbit being top tier. And these have been handed out since like November, October. Like I was gifted a snake, and you had to earn the rabbit and the moth. So I'm seeing that there's going to be another NFT mint. I'm not sure about details about that. I just know about the token going on. Yeah, let me get more information and I'll try to get it to you guys, Hudah.
Dude, sweet. The NFTs, by the way, I'm looking at those badges. The floor on the snake one, 2.6 soul, like pretty impressive. The moth is 5 soul floor, and then the rabbit was how high was that? 14.5. 14.5 soul. Really fucking impressive. Again, this collection is gonna do really well. Blind box today opens today. This will also be on Phygital, so just like the FWOG blind boxes. And I want to see. Yeah, they're not going to show us the figure. It's out there though. It's like that character, but he's like sitting, and it's really good looking. Here, let me scroll his profile, see if we got a picture. But anyway, just want to put like the, you know, top new NFT on your radar. This is it. This is definitely. Oh, and I hope they sell those hoodies. I bet you they will. I love it.
Yo, it's a hood with a cape, like a hooded cape kind of thing. It's absolutely fucking wild.
It's bad. And I think they have, and I know this was like an AI video, but I hope they release it like a ski mask. They had like, you know, like as a ski mask. I hope they sell. Dude, I will buy that shit and I will wear it. It looks, they're just putting on a masterclass of marketing and branding here. So good. And by the way, I hope they sell a cape. I'll fucking wear the cape everywhere.
So these guys have been like, it was kind of simmering it on the down low a bit, but they were dropping videos where the community had to like solve the puzzles in the videos, and like some of the conversations were there. It was insane, and it's like layered with like the audio and with the way you had to solve it and everything. Like I have not seen this level of like artistic, complicated like puzzle work and cryptography in the whole Web3, and the way it united the community and brought everything together was like, it was better than 21. Dude, let's just put it that way.
So great. Oh, okay. So now I'm thinking I might be wrong that there's actually a PFP collection coming. I don't know if I'm wrong, but I'm wondering, okay, is it just like the badges or the NFTs, and all of this leads to the meme coin? Maybe that's where it
Yes,
ends.
I think so.
Okay. All right. That's interesting. Well, then I hope they put out merch because I would buy, but I hope you have to buy the merch and the token, at least, some way to get the, kind of the wheels in motion there. I would buy the token just to buy. If they put out that cape, I would buy it. They put out the ski mask, I would buy it. Like, I love that. And I love that we're heading into like a, like a good art meta. You know what I mean? Like a good art meta. Like, this is good. This is great art. Again, the fog stuff, great art. And by the way, I think this is what the Fidgetal is going to look like. And I think it looks great. I could picture that right on my desk and would love to have it, I'm probably going to buy one. And I bet you, well, I'm just going to guess. I think the fog NFT came, or mint, I think came with like a soulbound token. I know the Pudgy one did. I wonder if this also maybe would also like lead to a little token stimmy too when the token comes out. That wouldn't surprise me at all to see a little token drop for blind box buyers here. So we'll see. What else we got? You know what? I'm going to share. Boom. I think I had this up before, but I'm just going to share. I think the reveal for Flogs are coming, or is coming, I think by Monday. Like, it's very, very soon. There's going to be some legendaries in that collection. They look great. I'm not selling. I'm being stupid. I'm not going to sell mine yet because I want to play the rarity game. I'm hoping to hit, but we'll see. It might not be the best idea. And Doodles. Crazy that Doodles are going to be the last one talked about on the NFT front, but that's where we're at. Doodles have something coming, and I can't tell you what it is coming. They're just teasing an evolution. Evolve or be erased. Is this like the duplicator stuff? I'm trying to remember back if this was like duplicator little characters, whatever the fuck they were called. But it sounds like, if I'm just reading into it, what I think is obvious, if you don't evolve the thing, you lose it. I don't know. I don't quite get it. But yeah, they're tweeting out evolve or be erased, and then the Doodles character holding these little things. I can't remember what they're called. But I imagine that's coming up. I'm just going to guess you have to spend dude to do whatever it is too. So we'll see. And then fucking Henry's on this like evil arc. I got to find his tweet.
Henry, your brother?
Yeah. Who's the main Doodles guy now?
I don't know. Is it not Burnt Toast?
Yeah, I didn't know if they had another person. No, I guess it is Burnt Toast. So maybe the tweet I'm thinking of came from the Doodles account. So I'm going to go find it. Is it this one? And you'll just see Henry's reply. Henry's on. There he is. Yeah. So, okay. So they're tweeting out what looks like another. I at first thought blind box. I don't think it's a blind box. I think this is whatever their evolution thing is, but maybe it's a blind box. And Henry replies, "You can't be serious." Or, "Are you serious? I can't tell if you're just fucking with us or not." Henry is, what's the word?
You got a reply from Burnt Toast. It wasn't helpful.
Oh, man. Henry is ready to burn it all down.
I guess it was just underneath. It wasn't really replied.
I thought it was at first too, though. I thought he replied. Henry's ready to burn it all down. He is, and I know he's cooking some stuff, and I get why he's at where he's at. But
is he a big Doodles holder?
No.
Oh, I was like, I didn't know he was in Doodles.
No. Remember when he was very anti-Luca?
Dude, it's my favorite Henry arc that's ever happened.
Okay. Well, he's back.
We're getting some Herney.
Yeah, he's anti everything now, and I get why. Like, he didn't feel like they got the support of anybody in the community after the SEC stuff. They got FUD around everything they did and all that. And I'm like, dude, you can't let it jade you. I'm like, you gotta be optimistic, and you gotta play that game. And he's like, fuck it, no, not doing it. No, he's going he's PvPing all this shit. He's going head to head against everybody. He doesn't give a fuck. I do love that version of him.
Oh, I do too. Let's go. So for those that don't know, Henry's from CyberKongs and Hudah's brother, IRL.
True, dude. It's funny because I guess some people don't know, and I guess that makes sense because there's new people that watch the show and all this stuff. Yeah. Anyway, Henry the Grape's my little brother. He's my best friend. He's the fucking greatest. And we do a new weekly show too, which has been awesome. We do a show every Wednesday at noon Eastern time called Chart Monkeys. Dude, we had on 2 weeks ago, we had Woot on the show. This past Wednesday, we had Serpent, the CEO of Ethos, which was fucking awesome. We're going to get the guests cooking over there too, man, but wicked fun show. So pretty damn fun. Pudgy Penguins, let's keep going and don't have too much left, but Pudgy Penguins announced a collaboration with the NHL. awesome. Pudgy's everywhere. I still love them. I will always love Luca and Pudgy's and all that. But partnering with the NHL for the 2026 Discover NHL Winter Classic. I know we covered it before, yesterday, day before, whatever, but just awesome. That's live now, I think, down in Miami. Yeah, there you go. 6 to 9. Yesterday. So you missed it. If you're not there, you missed it. Anything else NFT wise, Cats, that you're interested in?
No, I can't believe I've been sucked back to any NFTs, but yet here we are. Friggin' X Factor. I blame him.
Welcome back, man. It's a beautiful place to be honest. Here, let's peek at floor prices. Let's get a feel. Let's kill all the joy we had. Let's go look at floor prices real quick. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. Hang on. Let's refresh. It's funny. I like not checking floor prices. I like not checking. I like just, buying and having a little fun with it. But
what's funny to me is you went to Magic Eden to check floor prices.
Yep. Still do. Maybe I should get in the OpenSea habit, but no, I go.
I don't even know. Where's all the volume now? Is there volume?
There's some. In fact, let's compare. But yeah, I just got in the habit of Magic Eden. And I would only go to OpenSea to check my wallet, but I should start looking here. Here, let's do that. Let's go. Where's stats? I don't even know my way around OpenSea anymore. Collections?
Obviously, me either. I couldn't even figure out how to look at it in crypto.
Right. It's like
I didn't do any of the OpenSea farming of stuff. I was like, I'm not getting back involved with OpenSea again.
Yep. Pudgy's 5.3, Fwog's 0.22, Moonbird's 1.7. Hypers are all the way down. I mean, like all the way down, but 565 hype, so 17 grand, down from what they got to 50. They got to like 75,000.
That's wild.
Base people or whatever, people farming DX terminal for hoping for a base stimmy, but also just farming OpenSea points. Like that's one of the most farmed collections out there now. Mutants down to 0.78. I saw a prediction put on the timeline today, and I agree with it that we'll see mutants at 0.3 or under in 26. Totally agree. Totally.
But what's the point of a mutant at this point?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Nothing. And same about all this, but they lost their magic. And there's no price I would buy a mutant at. None.
No, me either.
0.03. You know what I mean? If it's like $50, I might get one, maybe 100. I would not spend hundreds on a mutant. There's just nothing there for me, Punk's back over 30. ETH, great. Anything else standing out? Let's see. Doodle's 0.6. Nah, again, I'm enjoying it. I'm having fun in NFTs. Nothing standing out. You can get a bubble for 18 cents. How great would it be, dude, if you buy on secondary, you get a bubble on secondary and it turns into the one that 10 years later, your 18 cents turns into $500,000.
If you still remember what wallet it's in 10 years.
Yeah.
So explain
cracks your seed phrase.
Yeah, no kidding. Choina was asking, so the bubbles, is that what he was referring to? ETH on Shape Network?
Yep.
I don't even know what Shape Network is.
Dude, it's like an art L2. And people's minted
so
over
I got to bridge to a different chain just to get a bubble.
I think luckily not. If I had to do that, I wouldn't have. I think because the wallets have all gotten an upgrade, it'll pull from your ETH on mainnet. I think it's been abstracted away finally. I think, unless I was like,
we're going to find out later.
Dude, I might have been stoned out of my mind and bridged over and didn't realize it. Actually, that's possible because when they had that big circle meme coin thing, I might have done that. So you guys are going to have to tell me if you got to bridge. Fucking sucks. I hate that.
I love that that's your answer. I was probably stoned out of my mind and bridged. Well, that seems like the perfect time to bridge crypto.
Exactly. No, is bridging the most off-putting thing in all of crypto to do? I think it is. I hate bridging shit. And it keeps me from big plays sometimes too. I'm like, I got to bridge now.
Honestly, dude, it's gotten so much easier, like you're talking about though, because even to buy that NFT, I didn't have mainnet ETH available, so just in the Solana wallet, I just swapped from base to mainnet. It was super easy.
Well, that's it. It has to be in the wallet because here's what always kept me from bridging is, oh, well, where's their bridge? What's the website I go to where I think I'm not going to connect to a malicious site? And that's why I stopped. And now it's like baked into my brain to just not do it because you go to the bad site, you're fucked. So in wallet, bridging, great. Yeah, it is better now. That's fair. So, and then I just because I'm a glutton for punishment, going to look at ordinals. This will feel bad. This will feel real bad. Let's see. Quantum Cat's 0.016. That feels bad. Node Monks better, like not crazy, but 0.026 Bitcoin. I don't want to look anymore. It all feels bad. And prediction stands. One of those going to be over 1 Bitcoin in 5 years. Maybe.
I saw it. I don't know. Was it a week or two ago? And I think we talked about it, but man, like, ICOB is talking about how like that's where, like, if you were in early ordinals, that was the cook of the year. If you got out,
Yeah,
there
dude.
was crazy money to be made early.
Yep, I left a lot of money on the table there.
Mm-hmm.
I got probably scammed. My biggest scam, my biggest loss over there too. There was do you remember Epic? Does that sound familiar?
Yeah, Epic.
That was it. Remember
Yep.
they launched a meme coin at one point. Well, yeah, the Epic token,
Yeah.
right? So I got
Mhm.
invited to the pre-sale of it, and I think I bought like a quarter Bitcoin worth, and the pitch was, we've got these connections, we're going to get exchange listings, we have all of this. When it hits this specific market cap is when we're going to get the listing in action and get, activate. Never happened. Never fucking happened. Stole my money. Stole it. And it sucks because I know the people that, are behind the thing. And I'm like, what the fuck? I don't love the Bitcoin community, the Bitcoin ecosystem. The collectors love the people behind a lot of this stuff. I think it's one of the griftiest, dirtiest places we've seen, and that's saying a lot considering. Not good stuff over there. I love the
Yeah, that
collectors.
sucks.
Dirty shit. This is interesting, and maybe our last couple stories here, broader market. This is kind of cool. I saw Marty Party retweet this yesterday or this morning here. United States just ended the offshore crypto era. The CFTC has authorized spot Bitcoin and cryptocurrency trading on federally regulated exchanges for the first time in American history. New. What Marty is saying, and I think this is part of the Clarity Act, this might even be getting a head start on it, but this is the end of like the exchange wash trading. The thing that Marty points out more than anything, it's Binance trading against platform users. This is, if I read it properly, and I think I did, this is what ends it. It comes here to the States. You're going to trade these things here in US exchanges, and wash trading is a no-go at that point. It's regulated. So if that's really what it is, fucking awesome. Like really, really fucking awesome. And that was an announcement again from the CFTC yesterday. Yeah, I think that's correct. First ever listed spot crypto trading on US regulated exchanges. Yeah. I think a very, very good thing. We'll see. We've got these new tax-free child savings accounts coming from the Trump administration, the Trump accounts, which is awesome. There's more to this, by the way. Like right when it came out 2 days ago, was fucking awesome. All these kids, and it's every kid under 10 years old is going to get an account with $250 in it, and awesome. What I didn't realize is there's going to be more contributions to it too. I didn't realize that. I'm trying to see. Oh, here we go. Well, it'll feature tax-free contributions with hundreds of major companies set to contribute. I didn't know that the other day. I was like, 250, set it and forget it for these kids for 18 years. Awesome. But what if we see more things like the Dells contributing and we see companies doing the same? We're going to match it $6.5 billion, whatever they did. We could see tons of companies doing the exact same thing. What if all of a sudden we're setting up all these millions of kids, 25 plus million kids with an account that's funded in the next year with, I don't know, $1,000 or 2,000. What does that look like in 10, 15, 20 years for them? What a fucking fascinating and really, really awesome thing to do. It's a stimmy, right? It's a stimmy for the country down the road. One I think that actually pays off. I love it, dude. Cats, you got kids. What do you think?
I got takes. So first of all, I already put my email on. Like I went to the site and signed up because my twin 6-year-olds are getting a Trump account. My 12-year-old doesn't qualify, so it is what it is. But she's got college prepaid anyway, so it's okay. But I don't. So it says 25 million plus kids, but wouldn't they have to sign up? I mean, I wonder about access, right? Like, if you have to sign up for it, it's going to eliminate a lot of people. And then, like, where do you gain access to that money. So like, how do I withdraw that money at some point? And if I'm contributing, am I able to withdraw my contributions at any point? There's a lot of questions that I have about this. Because, you know, I mean, like in Florida, we have 429 plans that are tax deferred for college savings and stuff. Like there are different plans that you can, in investment strategies that people don't do. I mean, honestly, like most people can't afford to do that. And so it's great if companies are going to be putting into your kid's fund, but are you able to withdraw those funds? I mean, just when they're 18, if you contribute, are you getting tax-free contributions? Like there's a lot of questions that I still need to answer, but I'm doing it regardless.
No, very good questions, dude. Very good. Yeah, I guess we'll learn a lot. The spirit of it's fucking amazing, huh? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just don't know in reality. Again, this is bad, right? But it's kind of my crypto mindset too about being early. It's like what I'm doing with Third Fi, dude. I made so many rewards this week. It's fantastic. But I'm like, okay, well, if 25 million people can't get access and only 5 million people get access, I'm like, are then they taking all that 6.5 billion and distributing it to who has an account? Because
dude,
I'm making even more for my kids. Let's go.
Jesus Christ, I love it, dude. Oh my God, you're a madman. No, but you're right. It's good to be thinking about that. I didn't realize that Robinhood might be like the, you know, account custodian or whatever, the facilitator of these accounts. Fuck, I lost that tweet, but I think it's Robinhood is hang on, where was that? Yeah. Robinhood gave the president and Treasury assurances that we can dedicate the tech and capital to making Trump accounts as robust and intuitive as possible. So you may be logging into Robinhood to get those accounts.
And then that would make sense because, you know, even people who can't afford much, like everybody has a phone at this point, and you can download an app and make a free account. Like that would make sense.
Yep. All right, I'm going to wrap us up because it's going to disconnect us in 2 minutes here. And so buckle up. I'm just going to say again, I'm bullish on next year. I am very, very, very fucking bullish. If these peace deals, trade deals, tax cuts is the foundation, it's the investments in the kids, it's what I'm pretty optimistic about next year. So fingers freaking crossed. Guys, before we get out, hit the like on the show. Come over to YouTube and subscribe. It's CryptoSlam over there. Join us in Slam Nation. Again, get connected to our APIs, connect to our data at SlamAI. It's like, I'm telling you, everything on chain. We'll build you the APIs you need for the data you want. We'll work with you and build those for you. Send us a message at SlamNationX and follow us over there, SlamNationX. Follow CryptoSlam.io. Follow our boy Cats Fanatic, who's the fucking GOAT. I'm dropping that one in the chat for you. Boom. And finally, you can follow me at Hudah_idiot. I'll be live all weekend too, so catch me on personal channels. But cats, great time. Loved hanging with you, dude.
Fun
Appreciate
show,
it,
dude. Yep.
Oh yeah. We'll see you later. Have a good weekend, guys.
Peace.
Goodbye.